All right, peeps. All right, let's see if this live stream is working. We should be live. We're out here off of Highway 30 and Pershing Boulevard. We're going to cover about half of Pershing Boulevard. I decided against going on this half on the right, or maybe third, on the right of Highway 30 from this angle, because it's mainly just houses. But we do got retail starting from over here and headed down this way. Hopefully the audio's decent. Should be recording from my microphone. So had to do a weird dongle thing with my microphone to get it work. I do sincerely apologize for being a little bit late. Already kind of alluded to what happened, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'll explain a little bit further down the road what happened. So we got US 30, which is Lincoln Way, and East Pershing Boulevard, and we're gonna head down this way. Over here we got a plaza, little business plaza. Right now it's called the 5-Star Business Plaza. I think originally it was called the Graham Plaza. And I do got some dates. I just got to pull out my list. I've got a loaf and jug over here. It was built in 2000. It's very possible it started as a Mini Mart and got converted in 2005 with all the other Mini Mart locations. Mini Mart, for those of you that don't know, was a company started in Casper, Y, and like Loaf and Jug that was started in Pueblo. And Loaf and Jug bought out the Mini Mart brand, I think in the 70s. All right, here we go. So we got built 2003 to 2004. So about half of it was 2003 and half of it was 2004 on this Graham / 5-Star Plaza. It was around 2011 and 2018 in that time frame when they changed the name. You can see some of the businesses. We got Cherry Creek Mortgage Company, Give Us Strength Physical Therapy, Farmers Insurance, Dual Sport Industries, and Soaring Health Chiropractic. Something else I should point out about the Loaf and Jug over here is that they do got a Subway inside. I'm not sure if it's open right now, but I'm sure it's still there, doing well. I'll zoom into it so that way you can see the signage and all that in case the stream is bugging out. How is everyone? Hopefully everyone's having a good Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. Hopefully everyone's having a good day and gonna have a good dinner, or maybe is having a good dinner right now. Make sure I got my list. I'll do some shout outs as we get up to the light here. Jesus, I gotta scroll up. I missed a lot of chats. Got Alicia Ramirez, Rogue Angel, Dalmatian Productions. How are you guys doing? Who else is in here? Adams Retail World, how are you doing? So many people, so many chats rather. There's a lot of chats I missed. Hey Crazy Cowgirl, how are you doing? Is that everyone? I think hey Jason Lyle, how are you doing? Stanton's Journeys, what's up? Thank you for that. Hey there, Joshua Jerami. We're gonna cross over this way. So we are headed westbound on East Pershing Boulevard. As soon as the light changes, we'll cross. And we'll get further on with some more info on this road. Here we go. There it goes. It's evening hours. It is a little bit earlier today. I initially was going to start 6:30. The way things worked out, it made more sense to start at 5. Better safe than sorry when you're having a big dinner that could or may not cause you to have a stomach ache, but it's one of my favorite meals anyway. I don't mind having a good steak dinner once in a while. Let's see, we got a plaza, or not a plaza, more like a residential development thing going on over here on the left side of Pershing from this position. Let's see, we got Whispering Chase Apartments right here. This was built in 2008 and it primarily targets senior citizens and older people who need a good, convenient home for them, which is pretty cool. Pretty good thing for a community, I would say. And we got another section of apartments on the other side of these trees called, well, we'll get there in a minute. I'll talk about more here in a minute. Over here on the right side of Pershing, we got the Broadmoor East Veterinary Clinic. It's this red brick building. I do not know for certain, but I want to guess that it might be original. It was built in 1968 with the hospital building on the right half. There is an add-on in 1976. They added a boarding and grooming room on the left half in 1993, and then that also received an add-on in 1999. I'm going to put my list away because it's incredibly windy. Since I'm using my lapel mic with a windsock thing, should be decent, but it's not one that you usually use in wind, so I do apologize if there is a little bit of wind noise on the mic. There you go, you got the Broadmoor East Veterinary Clinic signage. And then we got the Mountainside apartment homes over here. The entire area was built in 1997. Let's see, that's about it, but been here since 1997. It's a newer section, but it's definitely not the newest, being over 2 decades old now. I think I had a friend that lived in here for a little while back in elementary school. If I remember right, a lot of the apartments are, if not all of them, are 2 floors. So you'd have an upstairs with some bedrooms, a downstairs with all the other stuff, kitchen and laundry and all that. Yep, there's what is supposed to be the grooming side of the Broadmoor East as well. I'll catch up on chat here in 1 second. Let's see. Sounds good, I figured so based on the username. Sounded familiar after seeing some certain pictures. Talking to you, crazy cowgirl. Yep, happy Labor Day, everyone. Hopefully everyone is having a good day so far today. Yep, Spirit is open here in Cheyenne now. Yeah, there's no hotels over here. Plenty of residential areas. There's apartments down there that I didn't think too much about. They're kind of on the other road, so I didn't really include them, but Laramie County Senior Activities Center, future sites, they want to build something here. So eventually this empty field might actually get occupied by more residential, specifically again for senior citizens. And there's the apartments, one of the entries to the apartment area, Mountainside. You can see the signage there. Hopefully the quality is decent. I'm too close to zoom in at this point. Got a Maverick over here. You got some info on it. So it was built in 2016. As of 1994, I did see some sort of house or something here. I don't know exactly what, but it was gone by 2005, whatever it was. Aside from a few trees that were over here kind of on the corner. I remember going past them every day on the way to one of the schools I went to. Good times. And then we got College Drive coming up ahead. Of course, I think this was the second Maverick. I think the first one was out there off of Yellowstone. And if I remember right, this was either second or third one, I can't remember. There's the one off of College and South Greeley Highway. I can't remember which one. I think this one was second though, pretty sure. I didn't double check that, so don't quote me on it. Oh man, that sun is bright. It's torture. I'm gonna peek behind this pole for a minute so that way I can see the chat. Yep, I'll probably end up filming that one. Let's see. That's all right, Rogue Angel. I had a feeling it would go that way, but you know what? It didn't hurt to try. I wasn't sure how it would go. It kind of gets complicated. Hey there, Cool Blocks Vlogs. How are you doing? All right, so we're gonna see about crossing College. Over here we got the Pershing Marketplace area that's been built up over the last 2 years. I need to press the button right now. There we go. Okay, it turned green arrow, so I guess I had longer than I thought for these guys. There they go. Let's see, we'll do the Platte Valley Bank first. All right, green light. So we got the Platte Valley Bank over here. It was actually originally the Tri-County National Bank. Try and get across for this person since they're waiting so patiently. Thank you to people who do that. So it's built originally as Tri-County National Bank, not to be confused with Tri-County Bank of California. It merged with PVB in 2014 and was built in 1999. I'll zoom in on the sign on the building. I remember a very brief period where this was in fact definitely closed, but it wasn't that long. It was very brief. As the police car goes right in front of my shot, that's funny. There's a nice shot of the Platte Valley Bank. Thanks for the donation, Sten's Journeys, I appreciate it. Super chats and stickers, all those are certainly not a requirement, but I certainly do appreciate them. Here's a look actually at the Pershing Marketplace sign. We're gonna work our way around this way. So we got Qdoba, North Platte Physical Therapy, DazBog, Doghouse, Verizon, Pizza Hut, and Cheyenne Pack and Ship in here. I don't think I was originally gonna go through here, but you know what, screw it. We're here, we'll go through it. Qdoba and Doghouse were among the first couple places to be built. Let's see, I do got some notes down. So there is a home here that was abandoned for many, many years. It got demolished when they were starting to build in the Pershing Marketplace. It was abandoned by 2011 and plans for the Pershing Marketplace were in effect by 2018. Qdoba, like I said, Qdoba and Doghouse were the first ones on the property, being built in 2019. There's a very tiny, small outlot thing over on the other side of Doghouse that I'm not going to look at today. It's literally just vacant land. There's nothing to see really other than a dirt field. So, been to pretty much, well, not all I guess, but I've been to both of these restaurants numerous times. I've even been to the DazBog over here. I've had no problems with any of them. Not really. Very, very minimal, I guess. I think I might have had one little minor thing at some point with something, but it wasn't like it was anything that's a big deal. So, really good service, I would say. You got North Platte Physical Therapy over here. We'll be seeing the original, well, the original location of this one soon in this live stream. But this was built in 2021, question mark? Let me look at my dates. 2020, it was built in 2020. It moved from the location out on off of Converse and Pershing. And then this building, Pizza Hut, the Pizza Hut moved here from kind of near the 5-Star Plaza. I don't think you technically include the building it was in. I think the building it was in is separate from 5-Star, but either way, it moved here from over there. We'll see that in the LINCOLNWAY live stream I eventually do for season 2, where it was anyway. Cheyenne Pack and Ship is right here as well. And Verizon is on the end. Verizon moved from the Cheyenne Plaza that's out off of LINCOLNWAY as well, out this way, out south. I think that's pretty much all of it. I think pretty much everything in here opened in 2020, maybe the start of 2021 for one of them. So, pretty crazy. Coming up on McKeon Avenue. We'll catch up on chat here in a second. Yeah, I think that pretty much summed it up for that building. There's trailers over here that, is it over here? Is it the other one? This one is, yeah, this is right. So the trailers over here, I noticed they date back to at least 1973 for build dates. Probably for when some of them had foundations built, since obviously those are things you could load up on a trailer and move around. I actually do want to go over this way though, because there is a huge chunk of now empty commercial space that used to be a side of a house. So we got the New Testament Christian church over here. I could not find a build date for it, but it was built before 1994. Someone just casually sweeping over here. Sweeping things out of the gutter, I guess. Can't blame them, honestly. I kind of have that habit too. I don't like leaving dirt and stuff in the gutter. So yeah, that you can see this huge empty field. There used to be a couple of houses over here. I found that they were built before 1994 and they were demolished last year. I vividly remember the vehicles being there to demolish them. They kind of looked abandoned. Almost thought about doing a video of it, but it's like, it's kind of like, it's not the commercial property, so it's kind of a little more iffy territory, you know what I mean? And it, you know, I can honestly 100% tell, so I gave it benefit of the doubt and assumed that it was still being used. Fortunately, it's clear that that was not the case. Here's another perspective of North Platte Physical Therapy, along with a Verizon. Got an empty space over here. You can see Steve Boren's info there if you want it. And you can see in there. I wouldn't call this abandoned because nothing's been in here. Nothing has been in here, and you can see that there's only plywood in there, so. Got Cheyenne Pack and Ship though. And the Pizza Hut, of course, right here on the end. Let's see, I think I said the New Testament church already, right? And then we got the Jimmy John's over here. This was built original. It was a parking lot before Jimmy John's. There might have been something there a really long time ago, but if there was, it was demolished long before my time. But the Jimmy John's itself, it was built in 2013. Gone to this one a few times. I went to the one downtown, I think like twice. This one I've been to a little bit more than that. It's not too bad. I think I might still prefer Subway a little bit better, but they have decent sandwiches for what it is. They do have decent sandwiches for what it is over here. And I think, let's see, do I want to cross? Nah, I don't want to cross. We'll stay on this side. So over here, this is an empty field that eventually could become a bigger retail area. They're currently building some family apartments on the other side of this area. I believe they're calling this something along the lines of Holmes Corner, because it's kind of on the corner of Holmes and Ridge Road. Holmes Street is on the other side of all these trailers over here. It's on the other side of the area down there that they're doing some construction work on. You might be able to see the construction vehicles. Let's see, what else do we got? We got Dry Creek Dental over here. Let me look at the build date for that. I don't know that off the top of my head. So it's built in 2000, and I'm almost certain it was original based on the history details they have on their website. So definitely been here since 2007, that's for dang sure. Here's a look at their sign. Dry Creek Dental. You can see their address as well. And then we got Baggs Elementary back over there. I think I actually do got a little bit of info for that. Ah, look at this. Future home of HealthWorks. This was not here before. Future home of HealthWorks. So this is going to be what's in this area. So maybe they're going to focus a little more on the professional plaza stuff on this part instead. They already got some more of what we consider normal retail with a car wash and 2 restaurants over there. I've roped it in with the Pershing Marketplace in the past, but it is technically 2 separate plazas. Just an FYI. Let's see, what do we got here? So Baggs was rebuilt in 2007 to 2008 timeframe. It was originally built before 1994. I did not find an exact original build day, unfortunately. A lot of times with schools and parks and things, I just can't find it online. It's probably out there somewhere, I mean, but it's just not what I know. And then we do got a Wells Fargo bank over here as well. Let me look here. I think this was the second branch here in Cheyenne besides the downtown branch. It was built here in built in 1978 as well as Fargo, and it was in fact the second location here in Cheyenne besides downtown. Let's see, we got the Breeze Thru car wash that I was kind of talking about earlier. It is built in 2019, and it's going pretty good. I think this one actually might have vacuums that you can use without going through the car wash, which is kind of nice when, you know, for the people that may not want to have their vehicle dragged through. Well, yeah, I think it is an effective way to get the vehicles through. I do gotta argue that only pulling the vehicle on one side is gonna tear up the suspension and stuff over time if you do it a lot. Then we got some sort of building over here that I suspect is owned by A1 Rental, but I cannot find out for certainty. They always have had vehicles over here with A1 Rental on them, but I couldn't ever find out exactly for sure. It was built in 1978, looks like, as well. So yeah, may or may not be part of A1 Rental, so I don't know. All right, I'm gonna catch up with some chats here. I know I haven't looked at the chat here in a few. Woo, that sun is so bright. Hey, Tanyan. Heck yeah, Tanyan, that's awesome. Hey, Real RTOT. Yeah, I ran a little bit late today, but it works. I think I've already answered all your questions, Adam. I think you're asking them and then I'm answering them like right after. I love that. Hey, Alicia, I think I mentioned you earlier, but hey, again, remember when I talked about my local dress barn becoming Spirit Halloween? They changed their minds on just going in the shoe carnival. Wow, that's all right. They were gonna go into the Office Depot in Greeley, but then they changed their minds and went over to, what was it? I think, was it Bed Bath & Beyond last year? I think they did that. And I think this year they ended up going into the mall, so really interesting. All right, we got Carpet One over here, Floor and Home. You got some history details on this. I should almost keep my list up, but I don't want the wind blowing it away today. I've already had enough technical issues. So it's built in 1952 with some add-ons in 1978. I think is that building was built in 1952. The Carpet Home Storage Warehouse, it was built in 1967, so that would be this building, I think, with the add-ons in 1976. And there's an additional utility building that you can see in the background there that was built in 2019. Let's see, what else do we got? Do we got Taco John's or this first? I need to flip my paper. Flip my paper. I should have folded this backwards before I left home. I'm a noob. All right, so we got Taco John's first. It was built as soon as 1975 or sooner, actually, believe it or not, as one of their original taco stands that actually kind of looked more like a trailer than a taco stand taco restaurant, right? I found that the building that I remember from my childhood, this location, it was built in 1994. It used in the 2000s, at least, it used the common 2000s design. They expanded it in 2005, adding on a little bit more lobby space in the front. And then they rebuilt it again in 2017 to look like what it does today. A little bit farther from the road with a lot more parking and a lot more space to just maneuver. Used to just be a single lane like right here on the edge of Pershing for the drive-through. Now it's way over there with some extra parking. So a lot better, I would say. Then you can see this building over here that's called Quality Electric. I'll zoom in on the sign. Now it's not actually Quality Electric anymore. It was built in 1975 as Wonder Bread / Hostess. Yeah, you know the brand I'm talking about. Before it filed for Chapter 11, right? Chapter 7, I think. Did they do 7 or 11? I forget. It closed during the bankruptcy though, and then it became other things. So Quality Electric came first. It was there for a couple years. Let me look at my dates. It opened by 2017 and closed by 2019, Quality Electric did. And then the place here that's now is, I can zoom in on the sign, Treasure Abilities LLC, which basically is there to help people who have to have the extra help. I don't know how to say that better. Sorry. You know, I'm not meaning hate by that. I just can't say it better. There's a better word for it. It's just not coming to mind. Of course, it would not come to mind. I didn't write it down, did I either? Where'd it go? Oh, I put my paper upside down. So we're on Ridge Road, by the way. We just hit Ridge Road. Let me see if I can read this. Special needs. I think special needs is the word I was looking for. Basically special needs people, which is really good. They used to be in a building over there that was a car wash, the white building behind the Tuskar Bar area. And they moved over there, over to this Frmr Wonder Bread. And you can actually still see a little bit of the remnant of the signage. At least the colors, the blues, the yellow, all along that edge of the building. I need to cross here and there's no buttons, so we're just gonna have to wait. That's all right though. I really should have flipped this inside out before I left home. We're just gonna fold it the best we can. There we go. And the light should change any minute now. So we're about to cross over to the other side of Ridge Road. Still on Pershing, of course. We'll cross first and then we'll look at the next thing on my list. So we got Tuskar Bar over here. So this used to be the site of an A&W, RootBeer. One of the 3 locations, from my understanding, 3 in Cheyenne. Another one was out on South Greeley Highway. We've seen it in the past. It's still abandoned to this day. And I forget where the 3rd one supposedly was. I'll have to figure that out sometime, but I should quit trying to put this in my pocket because I need it. It was there though by 1975, as a photo from the archives proves. The archives was proving the Wonder Bread as well. Unfortunately, it did get demolished. Let's see what happened here. It was demolished for Tuskar Bar by 1978. That was when Tuskar Bar was built. And then they saw an atrium add-on in 1996. I think this green side over here on the left, it saw that in 1996. It was expanded in 2003 for DT's Liquor on the other side of the building, taking over what was a gas station that, from my understanding, was Mini Mart. It does seem that there is a tiny remnant, though, if you didn't notice already, of the gas station over there. You can see the overhang, and you can see where pumps probably would have been that are now occupied by benches and plants, which is crazy. I'll zoom in on the Tuskar Bar sign just in case the quality is crapping out. Of course, the retro Liquor Mart sign over here. The retro looking sign. All right, I'm gonna catch up on chat for a minute before I continue. The sun is so bright, peeps. It is so bright. Hey, Lee Daniels, how are you doing? Happy Labor Day to everyone who's in here. Hey, TXFE, hit up the supply sergeant on Converse. Converse, it's on Ridge Road. What? I'm confused. That building came from Federal. Why? What? I'm confused. I am utterly confused because the supply sergeant is over there. And there's several buildings, so I don't know which one you could be talking about. There's the building that the clothing store was in, there's the home, there's the actual store for the supply sergeant, there's another building over there for a couple other businesses. They are closing though. I've heard that they're supposedly going to close by the end of this year, so we'll have to wait and see on that. All right, let me get out my notes list again. I need to actually catch up on the rest of chat. Oops, we don't want to do that. Hey, Blake's Retail Exploration. Old Party City for you for Spirit Halloween, I'm guessing. That's cool. Jesus, so many chats, man. I am so far behind. All good, TXFE, you're good, you're good. I get the roads confused sometimes too, so it happens. Even in my hometown where I was born, right here in Cheyenne. Appreciate Joshua. It's definitely no great vehicle. It's definitely more of a clunker. It's worn out, but it gets the job done for here in town, so. All right, oh man, we got a couple more things to cover. I should actually go back over this way for a minute. You'll see why here in a second. So this was a Albertsons Express gas station. This was built in 2000 for the gas station when they were starting to jump into the gasoline business. They jumped out. They started jumping out around 2011 or so. I found that this location specifically was taken over by USA Gasoline by 2014, and it does seem that this was a part of Speedway, a brand of gas stations across the US. I remember when this was Albertsons Express, and unfortunately I think they did end up kicking a lot if not all of the employees off of the set when they went from Albertsons Express to USA Gasoline. Although recently Albertsons, I know, has re-entered the express market, the gas station market. I think one in Oregon and one in Texas and a few others out there that I cannot remember the states right now. It's on Wikipedia though. I know it is. I checked it. I've researched it in-depthly to make sure it's accurate. And of course, that being said, that was an That being said, that was an Albertsons Express. There is also an Albertsons over here that started as a butchery food and drug. It was built in 1997, and it converted into Albertsons around 1998 or so, give or take a couple of years. And it did see a remodel around 2015 or so, when the Safeway buyout happened. I think it's just after the Safeway at Cole Shopping Center had closed. And it closed around maybe about the same time. It was around that time that Safeway also closed. I think I got the date somewhere else in my info, in my list. And then we got a building over here that houses Papa Murphy's and a preschool of sorts. The Papa Murphy's has been around a lot longer than the preschool portion. The original building was in fact built in 1950. The daycare was added on in 2006. Haven't gone to Papa Murphy's in a while, but it's not, I guess the pizza there isn't too bad. You do gotta cook it up though, so you'll need an oven if you want to go to Papa Murphy's. But they do custom make it, kind of like Subway in a way. Kind of like Subway, but for pizza, really, if we're being honest. You go down the line, tell them what you want. And you can see their Papa Murphy's sign there. Man, we're jumping all over the place. The route on this is going to be interesting. And then we got Country Kids. That's what they call this daycare over here. So they're calling it Country Kids Early Learning Academy. Perfectly appropriate name, I would say. I don't remember these signs being here. That's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That works. That works. I like it. And we got a plaza building over here that unfortunately I don't know all the details of. There's very little information online, and there's even less street view. There's a lot of plazas where Google goes right through the parking lot, sometimes even up and down each individual row. But over here, they did not do that. They kind of just poked their heads inside the doorways on a few of the entries. One of them over there, one over here. And that was about as far as they got. They never came in here, so there's not a lot of street view to help me back this up. On the left, we got the Heritage, a hair salon, one of the hair salons here in town. We got Ted Romano Agency. We got Hot's Chiropractic, Zerona Cheyenne, Connecting Point Technology, which is kind of a computer shop, Farmers Insurance, and Jackson Hewitt. Jackson Hewitt space, that used to be I believe a DAV location. They moved it over to LINCOLNWAY and Hot Springs. We'll see that in a future LINCOLNWAY stream where they moved to. And also I will say, let's see, Connecting Point probably is an original. Their website says they've been in business for a little over 20 years. This whole plaza building was actually built a little bit before that. It was built in 1979, so it's pretty probable they're not original to the space, but I do not know what was there originally. They used to have a different sign up here too. So they changed the signage on here. But I'll zoom in onto the signage and let you guys see all the signage here, just in case the quality's crapping out. We all know how YouTube does that sometimes. Got the heritage there. And I'll zoom over here to Frmr's. And also Jackson Hewitt. See, Jackson Hewitt's the only one that has the signage like that now. Where's the signage? There it is. That's what Connecting Point used to do, was that kind of signage, just like that, where the letters are all cut out and even the similar color of blue, but they changed that. We got the old original Cheyenne Kmart over here that I'll talk about more in a minute. And then over here on the right, we have what was a hotel or motel. I don't know if it is, I don't know. I don't know if it is one level or what. You know, usually motels are single level and hotels tend to be 2 or more. I never could find out build dates, but you can definitely see the curb here where the edge of the parking lot once was. Fortunately, now it's just a field. They pretty much completely removed any remnant of it. Let's see, it's demolished before 1994, I can tell you that much. But I do not know the exact date of built or demolish, or what businesses, what brands I should say were here. Maybe as a local one, maybe it was a bigger one like Holiday Inn. I don't know. I don't know. You can see again the Papa Murphy's building over here. Do you got some housing on this side of Pershing, on the north side, on this edge, near Pershing and, or sorry, near Ridge Road and, what's the other road over here? Oak Drive, I believe it is. A lot of it was built between 1959 and 1975. And then we got a calm spot for a minute, and I gotta get a sticker on my shoe from this field. Got the new Cary Junior High over here. Depending on how things go, we should make it to see the old Cary Junior High in this stream as well. Hopefully everyone's having a fantastic Labor Day. It's a Monday. I was intending to be streaming on Monday, but wasn't intending to stream on Labor Day, but hey, it works. Means I can wish you guys a happy Labor Day live. Hopefully you guys are gonna have a good dinner or have a good time or whatever is going on in your life today. Gotta give a big thanks to everyone who does have to work today in spite of Labor Day. Here's T-Bird Drive. This was a new road that was created when they rebuilt the Okie Blanchard Stadium. Kind of a reference to the Thunderbirds of East High School, of course. Any East High School student will know that. Gonna stop right here so I can pull this dang sticker out of my shoe. Scared me for a minute. There we go. I think I got it. I think I did. Wow, so many comments in here. First day of fall is September 22nd. Yeah, it's coming up. Hey, Olga Ramirez. First day of school is tomorrow for you, Blake. Yeah, I know some people are starting. I have buddies in Laramie that are already started, I think. I think they started same day as all the East kids did here in Cary and basically the whole district. I find it interesting how all the elementary and junior high and high school all start on the same day here for the most part, within a day usually, within a day of each other. You got the Jonah Business Center over here. Like I said, this was the original Cheyenne Kmart. Don't lose my paper. It was built in 1971 as Kmart and also Pay and Pack Hardware. Pay and Pack was on the left half of the building, and then Kmart was on the right half. It moved to Delrange in 1991 though, where the Hobby Lobby is today and where Spirit Halloween was last year and in 2019. In 1995, it was expanded on the left side. That part got taken over by Allstate, which recently closed just over the last few months. It was also used by Safeguard Services of Florida in the 90s. which converted to Trilogy in 1996 after a buyout and closed in 2004 to move to Connecticut, I found. In 2011, Allstate opened in the new left half, which I talked about. This has also housed other things like Social Security Administration. 2016, they even housed the Capitol and legislator people. The people that were in the Capitol building and legislature, they were all housed here. So there's all kinds of interesting things that happened at that time. Here's a little bit different view of the sign. I don't know how it's going to come out, but you can see Wyoming Department of Healthcare Center, Tri-Hydro Corporation, and a whole bunch of others. Hopefully the quality is decent, because this is going to be hard to see if it's not. Cigna, CNSI, there's a whole bunch of different businesses in there. I think it's only for about a year or two that they were in here, the legislative branch, before they moved back into the Capitol building after the renovation was all done. I saw that someone had actually developed a nickname for this and called it Leg Mart, because the legislature was in Kmart. So, you know, Leg Mart, right? Leg for legislature. No, I know, it's a bad joke. It's crazy to think, because they really changed this. They made the windows mirrored and everything. They changed it a lot. Pretty much nothing about Kmart is original, except for maybe the backside. You can kind of tell the style of the building matches Kmart's style. That's about it though. And then we got Cary Junior High School, the new one. This was built in 2019, moved from the Pershing location to this building, I think for the 2020 and 2021 school year. I don't know if they were here last year. I can't remember, it's been so long. Either way, I've heard it's a really nice school in there. Seeing some of the schools up in Casper that are newer, I believe it 100%. There's some pretty freaking nice schools in Wyoming for what it is. Oh man, trying to work around these sprayers here. They got the water spraying. Woo! I gotta catch up on chat again. So it's 23rd August for you, was it, Tanyan? That's cool. So yeah, Cheyenne did start schools. Heck yeah, Tanyan, that's awesome to hear. Nice to get out of high school to some degree. Some pitfall, I think, since you're not around people as much, unless you go off to college, maybe you could argue it then. Or maybe you go to work at a store. Maybe then you could also argue being being around other people in general, to be able to socialize and all that good stuff. It's interesting to socialize, because I was in homeschool for a while, peeps. I was in an online public school that basically, for the most part, although you did get a little bit of communication with others, it wasn't the same as normal school. I liked it, honestly did. But it's interesting to go back into the environment and get the vibe. Oh man. I actually kind of need to cross the street. I meant to cross over at T-Bird Drive, but that's not how it went. So now we got to wait for a blank spot in traffic to cross. Coming up on Forest Drive. Yeah, almost could get gone then, but traffic's just going too quick. Cary did start last year, all right. Yep, last year I couldn't remember, because I know the Corona caused everyone to have to go to online systems for a while. I remember hearing all sorts of chaotic stories of things just not working and all sorts of nonsense. Got the Cross Point Fellowship Church over here. I found a name of First Congregational Church somewhere as well. It was built before 1994, but again, I don't know the exact date. One really cool little feature I'll point out though is the bell over here. Little mini bell set up over here. Pretty nifty. Welcome back, Dalmatian. All right, we're gonna see about crossing over to Pershing. I wish I was out on Pershing a little bit sooner. I could have walked across with that kid over there on the bike. Oh man. I can't see the traffic over the hill, so I'm gonna have to go a little bit farther and back over. Do you got more housing over here? I'll talk about the dates in a minute. I think we're good. I'm gonna cross. We'll just move. Oh, we do want to move quickly. We do got a car coming. We'll beat it. There's still numerous car lengths away, and I'm already across. There it goes. There we go. I wanted to come over here so that we could kind of get a view of Oaky Blanchard. I have no idea how the quality is going to be over here. It probably will totally crap out if on my luck. But I think I do got build dates here. So this currently is called the Oaky Blanchard Sports Complex. It was previously known as Oaky Blanchard Stadium. It was rebuilt in 2014 in the current position. The original field was actually built more like where the gym is for Cary. So it used to be over here where this gray building is right there. Roughly, give or take a little bit of space, but right around in that area. Let's see. I found out that it's actually named after someone called Coach Claire Blanchard. Mainly it's been used by East High School, but before 2001, Central High School was also using it. There used to be a couple of big letters here in the field, one that was an E and one that was a C, that from my understanding the schools would paint each other's signs. So they'd have one that was red, one that's blue, and then they'd paint on it and stuff. They do some cool stuff with that. And I don't think I ever found an exact original build date, but would definitely be within the time that Blanchard was here at East. All right, we're gonna shift back over to Pershing. Got East High School over here, of course, with that being said. Now this school is much older than Cary Junior High, aside from the swimming pool that's being built back there behind the gyms. Let's see, is it on the next page? Yeah, it's on the next page. So now I gotta flip my paper out. There we go. Is this what I want to do? Yeah, this is what I want to do. There we go. I think that's what I wanted to do. Yeah. So it's originally established in 1960. I found that it was built in 1961. They've done a lot of expansions, such as this white building you see over here. This used to be a parking lot, just for reference. I think I got some expansion dates too here. So I found out that it had some sort of connection to Cheyenne High School. I guess they split into two separate schools. I also found that there's a gymnasium add-on around the 2004 area. So I assume that would be the bigger gym that's all the way on the back side of the building. And I think that's about it. And then there's a swimming pool that they started building earlier this year that is still currently in progress. Actually taking over a little bit of the back parking lot for this school. And then we got a bunch of homes over here on the left of Pershing, and I can finally catch up on chat for a few. A few homes over here that where it's built between 1952 and 1968, various dates in between there. Maybe one or two, most of these areas, there's going to be one or two that are a little bit newer, a little bit older, but for the most part, most of them are in the time ranges that I talk about. I try to click on a bunch of properties to make sure I'm roughly accurate on all the dates. Got the main entry to East High. You can see the signage up there. If I stop and zoom in, East High, Cheyenne East High School. Happy that your live streams are back. Yeah, I know the last 2 weeks have been crazy, man. So I'm not going to go too much in depth, but bottom line, we're having to do some roofing stuff. And that's kind of taking some time. And then of course, as you guys saw in my community post, honestly have been going through a period of discouragement over the last couple months. I don't know why. I notice every year for the most part, it always kicks in around this time where for some reason I just feel a little more discouraged, but this year hit particularly harder than usual. So it's a little bit harder to get myself going, but you know what? I got more posts scheduled up for Instagram for the next week. I'm gonna try and get back into the grind a little bit here. And as I get out of this roof project, which was the personal project I was talking about, we'll start shifting back into making more videos. As a result of the kind of chaotic scheduling and stuff, my goal is 4 spirits this year. Was gonna try and go for 6, but at this point, it's not very likely being feasible. It's possible, but very unlikely. Everything needs to work out perfectly for that to happen. And I gotta cross my fingers and knock on wood here. I'm gonna go knock on this wood, in fact. No, I don't. Yeah, there you go. For people that believe in it, I don't know. Luck plays a role, eh? Luck, to me, luck is an illusion, but at the same rate, it definitely seems to be something that exists. I want to cross my fingers that we don't get into any weird confrontations like GRM, Tilted Tripod Media, and Slacking Packing got into one of the locations. None of us have had issues up to this point. None of us with Spirit Halloween. But this year, apparently, there is at least one location that has some Karens working. Or at least a Karen. And sorry to anyone who actually is named Karen and isn't a Karen. Like, I know it's a meme thing that has kind of started up. I apologize to people for that, but at the end of the day, it's kind of part of the meme culture, so why not? Might as well use it since it exists. Why not? Everyone will know what I mean when I say it too, so it's like, whatever. Got Cheyenne Little Players Theater. I don't think I found a build date for this, actually. I didn't think about looking at the build date. Oh look, I don't think I wrote it down. Yeah, I don't got a build date for this, but definitely a pretty old building. You can tell just by the style of it, it's pretty old. You can see some kind of decoration up there on the A-frame. And then we're over here on the Windmill. Branham, Texas is opening a new Mr. Gaddy's Pizza. That sounds yummy. Central on my turf. Yep, it sure was. 9/11 victim somewhere in front, eh? Dang. I remember the road in front. I forget the name of it right now. I'm sorry, it's not coming to mind. You can see it in Google Street View. But this road in front actually got a special name because of one of the teachers that worked here. I guess the teacher that's named after is actually because of all the trees. I guess he had some kind of connection to all the trees being planted along there in the front of East. And that's kind of where it came from. I think the sign is still there. I think it is. You definitely can see it in Street View if not. You definitely can. I don't feel like walking all the way back. I'm sorry. I'm already this far, but we'll have to try and catch in another stream sometime. Maybe I'll see about trying to do a live driving stream eventually here. Something I want to do, but I just got to figure out the setup because the car that you guys have seen in the Ziggy's video, it's pretty tight in there. It's a smaller car, so it's convenient for going around town, but it's tight, so it's hard to really set up my gimbal in a very functional way. I don't know how I'll do it. Coming up on Brimmer Park over here, which again, I have no idea when it was built, except that it was built before 1994. There's a skate park over there that actually was built around the 2000s area. I think I actually do got dates for that thanks to an article that's online. So in 2006, on the other side of this baseball field over here, there was a skateboard park that was built. And they have expanded onto over the years. It's a pretty dang big skate park. If we, let's see, how long are we? Already at an hour, so I don't want to push it and go over there today. So maybe something else to check out in a driving stream sometime. You can see the Brimmer Park sign here. Hopefully the quality is decent. I know in some parts of Pershing the quality likes crapping out. I speak from experience of the Series 1 live streams that we've done. Happy Labor Day, of course, to anyone who's new in here. Should be done by November or October for the pool. That sounds really good. That sounds believable, because I could tell when we were on the other side of the East High, they had a good amount of that building in on the other side. By the way, Tanyan, I did find the article. I don't know if you saw on the Instagram, I DM'd you. I found the article of someone stealing stuff from the construction site. I have no idea what ever happened to the kid that did it. I don't know if they caught him or if he got away. But did steal. Someone did steal there. Which is no bueno. I remember it's happened to a lot of other places, including Hobby Lobby, by the way, when they were remodeling the Kmart. The company that was there doing it, small brand, so they can't really afford to lose stuff, and sure enough, someone stole stuff from them, which is crazy. Looks like we got farmers market signage all over the place. I saw one back there on one of the fences for a house. And now there's another advertisement over here. I've seen it. It's not the same that I remember as a kid. And when I was a kid, it would always be off of LINCOLNWAY in the downtown area. And it'd only be food. It'd be farmer stuff, farmer food, right? Stuff fresh from the field. So they moved to the CFD parking lot. That's interesting. They recently have been in the mall parking lot a lot, but when I've driven by and they have been there, although they do have all the food, they tend to have a lot of other stuff. It's almost as like it seemed like, I don't know if I'd call it a thrift thing, but it's not the same anymore. It's not. Good or bad, I don't know, but it's just not the same that I remember. I remember it'd always be in forget the name of the plaza, it's over by the viaduct for Central and Warren Avenues. It'd always be over there, and they'd always have the food and everything. They'd have bread, they'd have corn, they'd have potatoes, all of the vegetables and fruit. And they'd always have some bakery stuff like the bread, and I think they even had some rolls and definitely loaves of bread. They had flatbread too. Back behind all of these trees, we got the VA Medical Center as well. It's one of the really oldest, maybe not the oldest, but one of the oldest buildings in Cheyenne. Oldest areas, maybe. I found that it was being constructed in 1932 and it opened in 1934. They've done a lot of expansions, including a building out here on the front more recently, just over the last 5 years, which you can see right there, in fact, if I zoom into it. Veteran Affairs Hospital, so you can't come here for emergencies, but you know what, if you're a veteran, this is a place you can come. They got the main building over there, although it's hidden behind all the trees. They got another newer building over here. Yeah, they've done a lot of expanding. You can go back in the Google Earth satellite imagery, I think even in Street View, and you can see where there used to be a road out here that went closer to the building. Not anymore. They built a newer road out here over the last, I think, decade or so. And then they started working on the expansion for this building. Got another church over here. St. Christopher's how do you say it? I always screw it up. Episcopal? Is that right? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I always get it wrong every time. I just can't say it right. I can't. I don't think I found a building date for it. But it's definitely another one that was built before 1994. And I'll zoom into the signage over here for you in case the stream's crapping out. Where's the road? There you go. 14 billion on Stadium, wow. No problems, Stanton's Journeys, thanks for stopping in. Thanks again for the super chat. Heading out, are you, Alicia? Appreciate you stopping in. Or are you saying that to Joshua? Oh, Joshua, is Joshua heading out? What? Okay, now I'm just confused. Ann's birthday is coming up. That's cool. Happy early birthday there. Same with your farmer's market, coal blocks. Interesting. Hey, Jill Pruitt. Episcopal. Thank you, Jill. Thank you so much for putting that in there. Didn't know you were in here. Glad to see you. Hopefully you're having a good Labor Day. Hopefully everyone in the chat is having a good Labor Day. You can see the, whoa, that's really close. We got the Veteran Affairs signage there though for the front gate. Got Henderson Drive here, which kind of runs out that way and intersects with Holmes Street. Not Holmes Street, it's actually another name, but a road that connects up directly with Holmes. I forget the name. I'm terrible with names sometimes, I really am. I'll remember it when we go on LINCOLNWAY. But it also connects up with LINCOLNWAY, Henderson does. And then we're coming up on the Kohl's Shopping Center area. I talked a little bit about this in the Converse Avenue live stream we did. But I did find more specific dates. I got myself pretty much down to a grain to where I got more info than I did in my documentary, which is crazy. I think I technically wanted to cross too, so when we get a clear spot in traffic, I'm gonna yeet across the street. Hey, that rhymed. There you go, referred to as Anglican, right? Or is it Anglican? I can't words today. All right, we got a clear spot. I'm gonna cross. I'm gonna focus on crossing, then I can worry about pronouncing words. I can't do words. Some days my mouth just does not want to cooperate with me. I remember it would happen a lot during my gaming days. Between a little bit of nerves kicking and just plainly not being used to talking, I would often stutter like a crazy madman in my live streams when I did gaming. Oh man, those were nostalgia days. Let's see, what do we got here? So the Kohl's Shopping Center was here in 1953 when the original plaza building was built all the way out there on the southwest end of the property, about where the Blue Federal Credit Union's retail building is today. It contained various businesses, including Radio Shack and Blockbuster. There is a second building built in 1961 out on the south end. They included a bank. I think there was a bike shop. I actually found a picture of a bike shop that was supposedly there. And also what I remember being a fish store. The third and fourth buildings included the Safeway that stood right over here on the east side of the property, along with the Kohl's store, which was, it's not the Kohl's department store, that's different. This was actually a local brand store named because the Kohl's Shopping Center. Safeway was 1966 and the store was 1963. That also included a few other businesses, including I think there was a dentist and a Christmas Dreams were there. What else did I find? The Safeway saw an expansion in 1979, which added on to the front and left side. So it really took away the space between it and the Country Kitchen, or I think Country Kitchen that was here. It also kind of hid the marina style, the curved roof that it had, which you can see in the documentary video I did. Let's see, speaking of the restaurant, in 1976, the restaurant was built here. It contained Crossroads Diner and Country Kitchen. I think there might have been one other restaurant in there. At some point, I guess there is a Photomat Shack somewhere around this area as well. Over here, closer to where the headquarters building is, there is an old entry to the Kohl's Shopping Center that was the main entry until they built this roundabout over here. Let's see. I did not find a date, but it was called Henry's Hamburgers. I'm pretty sure it was there originally. I don't know. Did I find much more info about that? I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't think I found any other info besides that, but there's also a theater over here called Cole Square Cinemas. I think it started as a 2-screen and they expanded it into a 3-screen, if I remember right. Or was it 1 screen expanded into a 2? I forget. Either way, let me find the info. I got lost because I skipped over it. I shouldn't have skipped over it. So it was built in 1975, and I found 1980 as an expansion date. That was probably when the new screen was added. I think that's pretty much it, other than the Blue Federal Credit Union itself. They got this property, I believe in 2018, like late 2018 officially they had gotten it. And in 2019 they started demolishing, and by 2020 they were well underway on the rebuild and actually kind of finishing up. In fact, I think the HQ building was already occupied by the end of 2020. In 2021, they have been working on getting more stuff for the retail building right here, the retail buildings, I should say, which you can also see on this sign right here. They obviously already got their HQ branch that has been open for a while. We've seen it in a lot of videos, including their 70th anniversary video. Let's see. I think I want to go this way. We'll look at the arrow care in a minute. I need to catch up on comments for a minute anyway. Man, that's a lot of info. Hey, Abandoned Explorers, how are you guys doing? Did you know about 9/11? Yeah, I definitely did. I mean, it was in my lifetime. I was too young to really remember much of it. If I remember anything, it's minimal at best. I've heard so many stories of how it was kind of a calm day here in Cheyenne, and a nice sunny day that day. When it happened, the 9/11 attacks. Thanks, person. I appreciate people who wait. I didn't even have to press the button. I shouldn't have to press the button, frankly. If there's a pedestrian present, you're supposed to wait legally, but some people don't. But yep, I am well aware. I know a lot of people have told stories about that. Even one of the more popular YouTubers that does vlogs, Casey Neistat, he did a video talking about it. There's a lot of people who have told me some interesting stories about it. It is definitely a sad event. I find it amusing and sad at the same time when Spirit Halloween and other stores decide to put an opening date on 9/11. Like, I don't know how to respond to that, I guess. I guess that's how I want to put it. All right, so this is the roundabout, of course. Got Pershing over here, and Pershing over here, and Converse over here. The 19th is on the other side of the roundabout, as well as the other part of Converse. Thanks again. Wow, people are waiting. I appreciate people who are waiting right now, man. There's been so many times where I've gone through this roundabout. I'm standing at these crossings, the lights are even flashing, and people don't wait. People still don't wait. I think it was actually Tanya that mentioned this. So it did turn out there were 2 houses. There's a house here, house here. They demolished both to build this parking lot when they built this roundabout, because they had actually taken some of the parking away from Hollywood Video that used to be here. I'm gonna cross this way, and then I'll talk a little more about the history on this building. I'm gonna cross, hopefully that truck's not coming this way or stops. Okay, we're good. These guys are gonna wait. Thank you, people, wow. How are we getting so lucky today? So many good people there being good Samaritans today. I appreciate that. All right, so we got Adapt Care, or Arrow Care by Adapt Health over here. This was where North Platte Physical Therapy was originally. There is another location that still is open today out north of town. This was their second location. Let's see, where's my dates? My paper got flipped inside out. Or outside in, rather. That's VA Medical Center stuff. So it was built in 1999 as some like a hot tanning salon and Hollywood Video. You can probably tell by the style of the building. let's see what else. Hollywood Video closed in 2010. North Platte Physical Therapy appeared to be open in 2016 and moved to Pershing Marketplace in 2020. As I mentioned earlier in the stream, Adapt Healthcare took over here by, Adapt Health Arrow Care took over here by 2021, the start of 2021. And they're still here today. We got some vans here even. Look at the logos on there. Not too bad of a thing to take over, I guess. You know, I kind of talked about this in another time. People are giving me hate for it, but I still stick to what I said. This place definitely does not need as much come and go traffic. I heard so many stories from North Platte Physical Therapy of how there is constantly crashes either here or over there on 19th. The entry is extremely close to intersection, making it very hard to see the traffic and stuff, so that would often result in chaos there. Obviously these guys, you know, you're gonna come here and do your work and that's it. They're not gonna have the customers coming and going. It's gonna make it a lot better, in my opinion. And then of course, some like a hot tanning salon, these guys, you know, they have an entry, but it's farther from the roundabout, so it's not so bad. You have a little more of a gap to get on or off of the road, whichever side you get out into the parking lot with. So they got 2 more entries. This one that we're crossing right here on Pershing, and one over there. They do still have a lot of neon up around their part of the building. You can see the Some Like It Hot Tanning Salon standalone sign, and it looks like someone hit it, which is really too bad. Really, really too bad. Ah, what's up? This kid was in blue. This kid was in the blue video. How are you doing, dude? Yeah. Having fun on, going for a bike ride? Yeah. Well, I need to keep going for the time. I'm a little bit tight on time tonight, but happy Labor Day. Stay safe, all right? So for those of you that didn't watch the Blues 70th anniversary, he was kind of chilling around, and he also ended up being giving me one of those rocks that often get passed around, which is so cool. Kind of a nifty thing to do. I like the idea of it. Whole Facebook group about it. I still need to get photos shared, honestly. I still need to get photos shared for it, but we'll get there. Let's see. So we got more housing over here. Most of this housing on either side of the road was built between 1941 and 1951. We got a place over here. What is this called? This place is like the one place I didn't do as much research on, like as in no research. It's called Express Employment Professionals. So I guess they help you find a job for you, which that's cool. We'll catch up on more chat here in a second. Here's a good view of the sign, except not that close. I'm glad YouTube Zoom is actually working. Usually the YouTube does not like zooming in for me. Got a Tesla right there. That's the second Tesla I've seen this evening. Unless it's the same one. It might be, because I did see a white one. It was a white one I saw earlier. It's just before the stream started. I saw on the way to jump out of the car. And then we got a house over here that always has retro Jeeps. They've always had retro Jeeps parked here, which is nifty. It's cool to be able to see some of these older Jeeps. Got the back of an old Jeep, I think, right here. Got a Jeep there. Got an old truck that's not a Jeep there. I like that. I don't know what it is, but I like the fact that there's some place here where someone here that owns really old Jeeps like that. Really retro Jeeps. Bighorn Avenue. Got more housing. Gonna head up to Cary Junior High. The old one. So we are going to make it. All right, I need to catch up on chat now. I'm going to like your 2021 Spirit Halloween videos. Yeah, this year will be interesting. We'll have to see how things go. Like I said, really crossing fingers that things don't go for me the way they did for GRM. Knock on wood, right? Yeah, I know the name does kind of give off a piloting thing, doesn't it? It's more focused on the idea of, I guess, doing stuff for like oxygen tanks and stuff. Let's see, one of these houses used to have a painting of an old Ford truck, like the back of it on the garage door. I forget which one, and I don't even remember if it's still there. I don't remember. It's one of these houses. Oh wait, it is. I think it's an old Ford. We'll see in a minute. Coming up on Albany Avenue. Yeah, I think it is a Ford. Yeah, is it a Ford? Yeah, it's a Ford. This is nifty. This is definitely retro looking. Very fitting for this area being so old. I'll get up to the corner here and then I'll zoom in on it. There you go. Look at that. An old Ford truck painted on the garage door with its back end. I like that. It's parked in the garage, but it's actually a garage door there. Or actually, I think they might have covered up the garage door, but either way, still pretty cool to see a retro looking truck painted on that. Yeah, Jill said it right. I'm pretty sure they deal with all the oxygen equipment. We literally we jinxed each other there. We said, I didn't even read that comment till now. So, yeah, there's some chill people in here. Slight thing I learned last time with all the people that passed through that area, have a camera up high somewhere where no one can keep walking in front of the cameras. That is a lesson I learned the hard way on that 70th anniversary video. If I had an extra GoPro or something, I definitely would have, but I don't know. I think I need a little more prep time to do it. I think I could have gotten on it a little bit sooner with planning and all that, but yeah. Oh well, gotta do what you gotta do. It's pretty cool that we were able to do like cool videos anyway, though. There's so many cool parts about that video that I can't even begin to explain everything. Between the car show and everything else, it was a fun week, just very stressful because of how much there was to do. But you know what? I haven't been that stressed since high school. It was probably long overdue. It was fun to do that though. It really was. Like, it's so fun to the point that it was also accidentally part of what broke me. I liked it so much that I realized that I kind of had lost my touch on my normal videos. A little bit, maybe not completely, maybe not to a super noticeable degree, but enough that I just wasn't enjoying the way I was going on the videos. So I'm trying to spice it up. You guys saw the Ziggy's video, the abandoned factory video I did. Yeah, we got the First Baptist Church over here. Another really old building, probably built around the same time as a lot of the homes over here in the 40s and 50s area. Built before 1994 for sure. We do got the old Cary Junior High though over here. We're crossing Rayer Avenue. There didn't used to be a stoplight here. I heard a couple people had actually died trying to cross here a really long time ago, so that's why the stoplight is here today, which is really good because it is a dangerous intersection with that hill. You know, you can't see traffic coming. If it sees you, it might not be able to stop. With the stoplight, they can see the light all the way down the hill, so it's definitely better that they did that. Let's see. I found that the Cary Junior High School, this one, the old one, is built in 1953. There were many add-ons over the years, similar to East High. Some of the areas went under remodel. It's been used by many schools as of lately. Right now they're calling it I think Saddle Ridge, there was a really nasty rainstorm a couple, 3 years back, and they ended while their school was fixed. There's been a lot of things in this part of the building. I remember Excel was here. We saw it in the Big Lots in 2019. They didn't do anything for 2020 or 2021. They're supposedly going to be doing something next year, so cross fingers. Or no, they were here in 2020. That's when they did the Big Lots. Never mind. Corrected my words there. My video proves that. I'm a noob. Either way, though, they were in this part of the building too. That was an interesting one. I remember running into a few of my school buddies actually because of that. Teachers and students alike. Oh wow, this house finally got fixed up. For quite a while, this thing was a wooden mess. All you saw was the wooden insides of it. Looks like they finally fixed it up. Finally over to Logan Avenue. I think I'm gonna go just a little bit farther so that way I can show the signage here. Let's see if I can press this in time. Come on, light, please press in time. Yes, I pressed it in time. So we'll cross over here and get a little bit closer look at the banner over here. I'm pretty sure it's still Blding that's in here. Pretty sure they're still here. Hopefully they are because I want to get a good shot of the sign. Last time I did a stream out here, the quality had crapped out so you couldn't even see it. I have to zoom in because for some reason it exports at a lower quality, which means the ratio of quality of, let's see, how do I want to say this? The ratio of quality when you have a smaller resolution is way better, so it makes it a lot more crisp when I zoom in if you guys are having bad quality. However, if it's 720p, then it's no big deal. So this is Concord Avenue. We're not going to be on Concord. They might actually be moved back to their school. That was a good, man, probably 4, 5, 6 weeks ago, so they might actually be back in their school. I don't see their banner here anymore. Unless the wind blew it off. We all know how the Wyoming wind will destroy even the plastic plexiglass signs. Yeah, I don't even see it here anymore, so they might actually be back in their normal school, which means another school is probably going to be moving in here soon while their school gets rebuilt. There's a lot of really old schools here in Cheyenne, and they are working to rebuild them. The East High. I remember a lot of teachers went to these back. Oh man. Oh golly. Yeah, even East High School is not in its best days. That's a newer portion of the school too. Like that T-level thing was not original. It's not the newest. It was built before my time, but it was there well after the original school was built. Oh man. Remember when this was not here? This was just a basic courtyard, and then they put all this monkey bar equipment in. I think one of my buddies took a photo like freshman year, standing on top of that, and it's entitled something like risky something or something. I can't remember the exact words. It might still be out there, but not publicly, I don't think. Not at the ease of access anyway. Oh man, good memories. Oh man. Wow, hour and a half. So we didn't do too bad today. We have enough VHS tapes to supply a small store. There you go. I remember us having so many VHS tapes. We even had VHS tapes of MASH. Oh man, I remember having some of the kids stuff. I think Thomas Tank Engine was one of the things I had a VHS tape of. There's just so many good memories with all that stuff. It's crazy. Get you a test. All right, can you hear me now? 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 There is no mute button on YouTube. Can you hear me now? Okay, you guys can hear me now. The wind's calm, so I'm just gonna go with this. I don't know what happened with my mic. Just decided to give out, I guess. I don't have a mute button. There is no mute button. Not on this microphone. And YouTube doesn't have a mute button either, so there's no way. So I was saying this, there's this memorial, the Cary Courtyard, dedicated in loving memory of Connie Burnside, 2005. And I think I was also talking about how the quality will crap out here in Cheyenne. There's some areas where it's just fine. A lot of areas, in fact, where it's fairly reasonable. It'll keep the 720p, but sometimes even though you guys have 720p in your settings browser, the quality that gets exported is actually 480p. So unless I zoom in, it ends up in the signage and stuff blurry. So, yeah, I gotta love the chaos of that. I'm not gonna go around there again. You guys saw the signs. I pretty much was reading off the signs, so you guys didn't miss much. Yeah, I apologize for the chaos at the start of the stream. When I was getting ready to go, I had set up my whole entire normal mic setup that I usually use. And when I was putting my water bottle, into my vest, I was trying to shove it in there. It didn't work so well. The cord got caught underneath. I was just pushing it in, and I didn't know the cord was there. Cord ended up getting yanked just enough to make the mic not work. So I had to switch to my other mic. Now, unfortunately, with my other mic, I can't show you this right now. I don't know, maybe I can. With my other mic, you can see I got it plugged into this cable here. Now, it's because this thing is actually battery operated, and if batteries are in there, it definitely doesn't work on my phone. If the batteries are not in there, I don't know if it works on my phone or not, but I couldn't get the batteries out. So I found my, thank God I got this cable, this audio cable thing with one of my headsets. I used it. I was able to get the mic working for today's stream. Unfortunately, though, I don't want to use this mic all the time for the streams. When I'm using it for the videos, it's kind of a pain in the butt to use. It is a sign that I probably need to get more of these dongles like this, but either way, I need to get a new mic for my phone now, so that's where I'm at. I apologize for being late to the stream today. I try not to be late, but it happens sometimes, and when you have the technical issues like that, that's where things went. The stream went better than I expected, which makes me happy. You guys seem to enjoy it, so that's a good thing. Good thing you filmed the abandoned village inn on Longmont. Yeah, I'm glad I did. It's already going to be a pet hospital. That's crazy. What were you saying about East? I can't remember. When did the audio crap out? Did the audio crap out when I was telling the history of Cary Junior High? I don't remember. I saw your photos in the DM, Parker. It's crazy how much that thing is looking. Like, that thing looks like it's in a lot worse shape now than it was. It's right around here, you're saying, okay. I don't remember then. The only part I remember saying about East is that these guys did a lot of remodels like East did, but that's about it. Renovations, expansions. I don't remember the other part about East I was talking about. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Wow, that was a lengthy stream. I'll have to get a new mic for next live stream. Like I said, I am trying to get into the gear of doing more content again. I apologize for going basically dead for 2 weeks. It's been crazy. Most of you guys have been here most of the stream, so you already know all the details. I'm not going to repeat it. But we got Logan Avenue here. It goes down this way. It goes over the train tracks on the newer viaduct the city built in more recent years. And we got Concord Avenue, which is basically where I'm going to leave it off at. Pershing Part 2 will probably be sometime next week, hopefully. Maybe a little bit later. We'll see. It depends on when I can get more dongles and a new mic, since that broke now. But I do got more photo posts coming out on Instagram and Facebook. Also on Retail Photographer and on Optopolis, both accounts. On all the normal platforms. And then I apologize for the wind. Hopefully it's not too bad. In the next stream, we'll see about talking about this. There's a lot to talk about here, man. This one is crazy. The facade in the day used to look like Safeway, but it actually was Albertsons. It might have even had some sort of connection to Skaggs Drug, because there were Skaggs Albertsons and Skaggs Safeways. It might have been a Skaggs Albertsons, because I know the Skaggs Albertsons often use the similar facade to Safeway, modern day Safeway. Kroger had a location here. Grand Central had a location here. Whole bunch of stores. There's quite a history here. So we'll have to talk about it in the next stream. But until next time, though, I appreciate everyone's for stopping by. Yeah, Loveland is getting a Culver's. Thanks, Joshua. Yeah, it's windy here in Wyoming. It's actually not too bad right now, but we all know how the slight breeze will destroy audio when it goes directly through the mics on the Galaxy S9 Plus, which is why I use a lapel mic. And I probably should get the auxiliary cable so that way I can also use my other microphones if I want. I don't understand what the deal is with the S9 Plus port, but it does not work with all microphones. It does not. Even though It's an auxiliary port. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. But it's whatever. Gotta get special cables for it, I guess. Oh, man. I think that's pretty much everything. That caught up on the chat, so I appreciate everyone for stopping by. It is Labor Day, so have a good rest of you guys' Labor Day. If you haven't had a good dinner, go get a yummy dinner. I'm going to have a yummy steak, as I mentioned earlier, so that'll be good. Got East Pershing Boulevard, Concord. We'll pick up right around here, somewhere in this area. Somewhere in this area. Oh, I know the east part. Tanyan, I know the east part. I saw it. So I think that this is the part that you missed. So I had a buddy at East freshman year. I'm pretty sure it's on this very set where he climbed up to the top of this specific monkey bar, and he had put a post on his Facebook showing it. Oh man. And he put an amusing caption like risking something or other, some sort of phrase that had risk in it. Taking risks, maybe. I think that might have been it. This used to be a regular courtyard, and then they put this here. I remember when this wall used to come to all the way to the corner. I remember when it came all the way to this very corner. You can see where the New York concrete is. And they cut it off and made it a little more of an angle thing like this. I don't know why. I don't know if it had to do with pedestrians or if a car had hit it. Either way, it opened up this corner a lot, which was probably needed. Alright, now with that in mind. Did she create something online called Optopolis? Is great. I'm scared now. Alright, with all that being said, though, I appreciate everyone for stopping by. And I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Till next time, peace out. Oh, man.